Alrighty, normally I don't start a show off with me smoking, but hello, and we're live, and been a long weekend. Lots of hockey. Alright, before we get into our show is brought to you by the wonderful folks at Hockey Locker, 2002 West Howard Avenue, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You can call them at 414-800-7585 or visit their website at hockeylockermilwaukee.com. I'm Daniel Kinema. Hi, John.
Hey.
Yes, so we have a full slate on hand. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say two things. One, and I know I'm going to get into trouble for this, and I don't care, but AHL, fix your reffing issue. Good God.
Also, can we get some replays and challenges? Because this is just getting ridiculous.
Yeah, because, there was a challenge in a high school hockey tournament just this last week in Wisconsin.
Right.
You're talking about high school hockey has replays and we don't?
Right.
Second of all, congratulations, Cal.
Yeah, for sure.
Cal, 1,000 games, most games played as an Admiral.
Yeah.
I've been here a long time as a fan. I mean, a long time. And I don't know what it's been about the last 2 years, but I've been having so much fun. Win, lose, maybe it's the environment, maybe it's the people around me, don't know, but, so grateful for all that. All right, but we do have a full tap of hockey for you tonight, so we're going to get into it. And we're starting here, apparently.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So, first up on the docket, we start with the NHL's Nashville Predators. All right. Shots on goal in the first period. Nashville outshoot Chicago 17-6. I think I forgot to mention they're playing the Blackhawks. But yes, Nashville is playing the Blackhawks tonight. So, again, shots on goal, first period, Nashville 17, Chicago 6. Second period, Chicago had 11, Nashville 10. Third period, Nashville had 12, Chicago had 2. And in total, Nashville peppers Chicago 41-19 in shots.
Scoring in the first, nothing. But let's get into it. The Preds dominated them in the faceoff circle, 62% to 37. Power play, the Preds went 1 for 4, while Chicago went 0 for 3. Penalty minutes were 13-11. Chicago blocks or hits were 24-21. Nashville blocks were 13-9. Chicago 18-12 on the giveaways for Chicago. And 8-4 on the takeaways. Scoring in the second was Alex Velasic, Pickle Boy, with his third, with an assist from Bedard, his 35th, and Doc, his 5th. Then scoring in the second on the power play was Steven Stamkos, his 19th, with an assist from Marchessault, his 29th, and Blankenberg, his 6th. Then also in the second was Steven Stamkos with his 20th, with an assist from O'Reilly, his 25th.
Making his second of the night.
Yep. Then in the third, Ilya Mekalev scores his 14th with an assist from Donato, his 25th, and Murphy, his 16th. Then they go to overtime. Stamkos gets the hat trick with his 21st with an assist from Fedor Svechkov, his 4th, and Spencer Stastny, his 2nd. The Preds end their run with the Blackhawks this season, going 3-1, only losing once, and that was in like almost a month ago.
Yeah, February 7th.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Preds win also in this. Stamkos, third all-time amongst active players with hat tricks, and passed Mike Bossy in all-time goals.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's gonna like beat Gretzky or anything, but
Right.
just saying. In net for the Blackhawks was Arvid Soderblom. He allowed 3 goals, had a 92.7 save percentage, while Eustace Anutin allowed 2 goals with an 89.5 save percentage, but Stammer had the hat trick. By the way, those are your 3 stars. So the irony of it is, I don't think we have anything left on this game.
No, I don't think so.
As they say, on to the next one.
All right, so now we go to the AAA affiliate, the Milwaukee Admirals, or the AHL. All right, they took on the Iowa Wild today in Milwaukee at UWM Panther Arena. Shots on goal in the first period, Iowa outshot Milwaukee 12-11. In the second period, Milwaukee outshoots Iowa 18-11. In the third period, Milwaukee outshoots Iowa 16-7. And in total, Milwaukee outshoots Iowa 45-30.
That's also a season high.
Yeah.
In shots in a single game.
And then on the power play, Iowa goes 0 for 6 with 27 minutes, 8 infractions. Thank God they went 0 for 6. Milwaukee goes 1 for 5 with 19 minutes, 8 infractions. And this was an extremely chippy game. Extremely.
Yeah.
And one thing I will say is I do not like Iowa's goalie. He is a dirty goalie.
Oh, Halavai?
Yep.
Yeah,
He checked one of our players with his stick. He tripped another one of our players.
He clotheslined one.
Yep, he
clotheslined Weissblatt.
Yep.
Which then caused Weissblatt to get jumped.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was not like, and this is not us being homers by any means. If our goalies were doing this, we'd be calling them on it.
Right. And in the first few minutes of the game, he literally tripped, poke checked one of our players. That should have been a penalty shot. Or a penalty at least.
And then there was the him shoving one of our guys over in the corner, and they didn't call him for nothing on that either.
Right.
Like, but our guy got a penalty.
Right. Yeah.
But let's get into the scoring on this one. Scoring in the first, it's fitting.
Yep.
Cal O'Reilly with his 9th, with an assist from Mark Friedman, his 8th, and Ozzy. Lester Weissblatt, 19th, his 4th game in 4 days. Because remember, he played that one game for the Preds.
Yep.
Matter of fact, he had a point in that game. He's had a point in every game this week.
Right. And shout out to the DJ who decided to play Crazy Train after his fight.
Which happened in the second. Which is where we're heading. So in the second, you have Ryder Ralston scoring his 11th on the power play, his first power play goal as an Admiral, with an assist from Chestelio, his 7th, and Mark Friedman, his 9th. That is his 2nd assist in the game. Then Travis Boyd scores with an assist from Graham Clark, his 17th, and Carson Lambos, his 9th. Not a fan of Lambos.
Man, I had to look at the roster because I saw Lambos out there and I went, is that Liambus? So I had to check the roster and I'm like, oh, okay, it's not Liambus. Like, I thought he retired or something.
Oh, yeah. Well retired. All right. But after that, it was all Admirals.
Yep.
Apparently, my cat has
As the
zoomies.
zoomies.
Yep. Then at the 440 mark, Jake Livingstone on a sick wrist shot.
Yeah.
His sixth with an assist from a really nice pass by Denisenko, his 17th, and Chase DeLeo his eighth. So that's 2 points for DeLeo, 2 points for Friedman. And guess what? Ryder Ralston with the empty net with his 12th with an assist from who? Cal O'Reilly. His 30th. That means Cal has 1 point away from 40 on the season. At 38 years old, is still putting up 40-point season.
We'll see. Is Cal going to be our version of Yager?
I wouldn't mind. I mean, as
Right?
long as he's doing well, as long as he's still got something in the tank to give,
Right.
or at least as long as he feels he has something in the tank to give,
Right.
I'd keep playing him. Your 3 stars of the game. Third star was Mark Friedman with 2 assists. Second star was Ryder Ralston with 2 goals. But your number 1 star was Cal O'Reilly with 1 goal, 1 assist. Call it a day.
And I believe one of the Iowa players not only went to the locker room, but probably went to the hospital because he got crushed and it did not look good. It also looked like he got crushed with his head down, which you don't want to skate with your head down.
Well, you should know better by that, but yeah.
But we're all about sportsmanship and unbiasedness, so we wish you well if you have a serious injury as it looked.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, though.
I can't either.
I want to say 43. Here, Hunter Height.
Yeah, I can't exactly remember who it was, but
I know I didn't see Rosca after a while. And I know I didn't see oh god, your captain was a -3. Bad. But yeah, I mean it's pretty bad. In net for the Admirals was Magnus Corona with one of his best games this season.
Oh yeah.
29.
There were times that the defense just wasn't in the right place to bail him out, and he stood there with ice in his veins and stopped something that should have went in.
Yeah, I mean 29 saves, 30 shots.
Not saying the defense was all bad tonight. There were just a few bad shifts that left things open.
Now, as dirty, and catch this, this is where we become unbiased, as dirty of a player as we think that Halavai is, he's the only reason that this game was not 8-1.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right. He played phenomenal too.
Yeah, he is the only reason for that purpose that this game was not a blowout. Now with this win, and Texas losing to...
Didn't you say Rockford?
I believe they did. I do believe so. I'm going to double check that, but I know that Texas and Grand Rapids both lost. Yep, Grand Rapids lost to Chicago, and Texas lost to Rockford. With that being said, that means the Admirals take sole possession of first place. Their magic number is now 12.
However, I would also like to point out that in our division, we are one of 2 teams with only 15 games remaining. All the other teams have more, so as many points as we can pick up from now till the end is going to be the best, because you have some teams like, let's see, Texas is going to end up playing 4 more games after we finish our regular season.
And we play them 2 more times, both on the road.
So that'll be key. Those are going to need to be either overtime wins. We have to at least get a point in the next two times we play them.
And that's literally like there's them two, and then we play Iowa, and then it's Chicago, Rockford, Chicago.
Right.
So
The only bad thing at the end of the season is if you're one of the first to finish the regular season, you got to wait and see where you fall or stand.
which means that the unfortunate part of scoreboard watching here, which is what we've already kind of you start to do now anyway.
Right.
The trade deadline's over, you're scoreboard watching, you're making sure your teams are doing well. Thank you to everybody who gave us a thumbs up.
Yes.
Thank you for all the likes. But yeah, the Admirals 5-3 and 5-3 1-1 in their last 10, 3-1 1-1 in their last 5. So they have had points in their last 5 games. There is nobody else in the division other than the Moose.
And the Moose are the only one with more penalty minutes in our division.
Which, yeah.
We weren't taking a lot of penalties at the start of the season, like a lot, and then we started taking a ton, and then it kind of leveled out, and now we've kind of gotten back on track. But tonight was just one of those feisty games, and it happens every once in a while.
And you gotta remember, like, Iowa's still playing for pride.
Right.
And we're playing for a playoff position. Every game matters to us.
Right.
For them, they're playing for pride. So they're gonna have a chip on their shoulder, and then we're gonna have a chip on our shoulder. And it makes for good hockey. I don't see where Manitoba will do well in that department. But we do play them at the end of the month. It's our last weekday game. Other than that, I really can't think of a whole lot regarding the Admirals. Like I said, their magic number is now 12. It may actually be less, but we will correct that in time. Because the current one says 14 and they won, so that's 2 points. But because Iowa lost, I think that actually drops us by 1 more because the top 5 make it.
Right. And just to add to the Cal O'Reilly thing, currently in this regular season, he's had 53 games played, 9 goals, 30 assists, 39 points, and only 2 penalty minutes.
That is insane. Cal going to the penalty box is probably the funniest thing I ever watched. Is because whenever you ever see Cal going to the penalty box, you're just like, why did he do that?
Right.
What he like? I remember the one time it was like cross-checking it. I'm like, Cal hit somebody.
Right.
Like, I wanted Cal to get the Gordy because he was. But that's kind of just what I'm saying is like, and I know we're giving the Admirals a lot of time here, but they've been one of the really high points for our show for a long time, and they are the basis for it.
Yeah.
Well, and then Nashville, which we're looking forward to seeing what the contract extension looks like. We're looking forward to the draft. We're looking forward. I mean, there is a lot to look forward to.
You can look forward to the draft. With as many draft picks as they have, I'm going to have like 20 templates, man.
Which even then, they're just going to have to be what I would do is I just make round 1, round 2, round 3, and then just leave them blank.
Right.
Add the number as we need that. Do not pre-make them.
No.
That is a mistake we made one year. Never doing it again.
Yeah, right.
But no, I just don't understand it. It was to the point where they put Kyle Marino in the box twice in like a 10-minute of playtime span.
Yeah.
And it was just like, the hell is like, and the interference call, I was like, what?
I thought it was a tripping call. Then they called interference, and I was like, eh? It looked more like he tripped him than interfered.
Even then, it wasn't like even much
No,
of anything.
it wasn't much at all.
Normally, you let that one go.
Right.
But alrighty, on to the last one. There we go. Oh, good lord.
All right. So the final one is the AA affiliate, better known as the ECHL. And that would be the Atlanta Gladiators, who faced the Kalamazoo Wings today on the road. Shots on goal in the first period, Kalamazoo outshoots Atlanta 13-10. In the second period, Atlanta outshoots Kalamazoo 18-9. In the third period, Kalamazoo outshoots Atlanta 16-12. And in total, Atlanta outshoots Kalamazoo 40-38. And wow, that's good to see, because they have struggled all year with outshooting opponents. So let's get into the scoring. Scoring in the first period for Atlanta at the 3:04 mark was a goal by Blake Murray, assisted by Anthony Ferrillo and Tyler Drudge. Then at the 14:50 mark of the first period for Kalamazoo was Zach Berzola, assisted by Josh Bloom and Kyler Wall. Then at the 15:55 mark for Atlanta was a goal by Cody Sylvester, assisted by Jackson Pearson and Derek. I will let you do this because I butcher it every time.
Topatic. I got you, buddy.
And I'm not sure at the moment if that is all the scoring. Yes, that would be all the scoring.
All right, scoring in the second at the 5:35 mark was Blake Christensen with an assist from Lee Lippin and Ryan Numovisky. Numovisky. All righty, and then at the 11:15 mark, Max Hummus. Haven't had hummus in a while. It's expensive nowadays. Phil Ballou and John Martin on the assists. Joey Kipalone at the 16:09 mark for Atlanta and the 19:50 mark for Atlanta. The 16:09 mark was unassisted. The 19:50 mark was assisted by Jackson Pearson and Chad Nycha. In the third, Blake Murray scores with an assist from Randy Hernandez and Brendan Datema. Then that was at the 2:28 mark, by the way, of the third. At the 12:55 mark, Quinn Preston scores with an assist from Zach Jacoby and Davis Codd. Then scoring unassisted at the 19:16 mark was Andrew Jarvis. The Atlanta Gladiators win 6-4. Like we said earlier, I don't know the last time all three won.
No, it's been quite a while.
It at least feels that way.
It does.
Alrighty.
Pleasant change, though.
Yeah, every once in a while. Alright. Oh, good lord. Both goalies played.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Lemieux let in Vorva.
Yeah, Vorva, I believe.
With that one, well in net for Atlanta is Ethan Hayter. He also had 2 penalty minutes. What did you do? What did you do?
What did you do?
Could
game sheet.
Yeah.
It should be on the game sheet.
It'll also be right. Ethan Hayter for tripping. Okay. It happens. Atlanta goes 1 for 5 on the power play, while Kalamazoo goes 1 for 7. 1 for 7. And their power play was in the third. Atlanta's was in the second. Lemieux gets to L. 3 stars of the game, all from Atlanta. Third star, Jackson Pearson. Second star, Garrett Paddock. Joey Kimpelum. They played at the Wings Event Center. They still haven't changed.
Kalamazoo, Michigan.
They still haven't changed the name of that place. Oof. Feel like us playing at Wilson Park. Their arena's a little dated. But that should about do it for what we got for y'all. I thank you all. It has been a stressful weekend. Me and John will be back on. Just give me a second. I'll make sure that I have it right here. Tuesday. Negative, Ghost Rider.
I think it's Wednesday.
Friday. But with that game, we will be only covering the AHL and ECHL as the Preds are in Anaheim.
Yes.
We would be working Tuesday, but they're playing in San Jose.
Right.
And we don't do West Coast.
Right.
Not with daylight savings hitting tonight.
Right.
So.
Well, also, my public service announcement, he normally gives them. But in this crazy world where we all live together, we need to strive for peace and unity. No matter views, opinions, whatever, we're all humans and we need to treat each other with kindness.
Not wanting to be friends anymore and accepting that fact. As I'm like not paying attention to what I'm doing, I'm just over here nonchalantly talking crap. But no, the Admirals have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games left, so that's
possibility of 30 points if you win them all.
Yeah, possibility of 30 points. Your magic number is 14. Should be easily done.
Right. Your magic number to possibly clinch the division may be 22.
I will look.
Because, like I said, there's only one other team with the same games remaining, and all the other teams have games in hand.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it'd be around 22 points to clinch the Central Division.
45.
45. Okay.
But that also considers the other teams playing,
Right.
not winning.
Right. Yeah.
So with Iowa losing, our clinch number could be 10.
Right.
Because we beat a team below us.
Right.
And we beat the Wolves the other night.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Chicago, thank you. Or Rosemont. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. No, they have a whole on thing here. For further information, just check every day at theahl.com. click on standing or hover over standings if you're using a computer, and click playoff primer. It will tell you everything you need to know about the AHL playoffs, upcoming, and whatnot. Um, the Admirals are
Yes. R.
are moving forward. The Admirals have done very well lately with some of the stuff going on. Kind of the whole, how do I put it?
Shake up.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, he got traded to Springfield. That's right. Tomorrow's the AHL trade deadline.
Mm.
Not like we have a whole lot we can move.
I mean, we do, but would it be smart? Probably not.
Um,
About a month ago, I was looking at the roster and how we were playing. I'm like, I don't know how they're going to start to fit together, but they're going to have to. And whatever Carl Taylor and the other coaches and film people have all done has worked wonders.
they've really been busted their butts over there. The Carl Taylor and that staff. Um, and for lack of a better term, I mean, look at what we've done. That's trends. Like, it doesn't even not just here,
Right.
but look at Atlanta when guys go from here down to Atlanta. Look at when guys go from here to Nashville. It's everywhere. It's infectious.
Right.
We are and it's weird because I've always said this about Milwaukee, but we're the melting pot. we are. We are. We always say it. We're the melting pot because we're probably the most segregated city in the United States. I swear, but there is everything here from doesn't matter what culture, doesn't matter what background, beliefs. I mean, we got everything here. And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. But back to the whole peace and unity thing, we need to move forward on that and put a lot of it aside. I know that today I kind of went on a little rant about that on social media myself and said that, it was I kind of basically said, damn skin color, either you're a good person or you're a bad person. Damn religion, either you're a good person or you're a bad person. Damn political beliefs, either you're a good person or a bad person. None of that matters to me what you believe. What matters to me is how you treat people and how you treat me.
Right.
And if you could look at the world that way, it makes everything so much easier. It also helps to not give a damn, but
Currently, we have too many people not giving a damn.
yeah.
I feel like we need another 70s revolution. I wasn't even alive in the 70s. We need that whole peace and love, not war.
Even though some people deserve war. But I digress.
Yep, and we're not going any further than that.
Like I said, I digress because it's not my place.
Nope.
But lo and behold, really cool. Go check out the Admirals social media stuff on X and Facebook, TikTok, whatever you use. They got a lot of cool stuff up on Cal today, and really touching. And if you know us personally, keep an eye to our personal pages because we'll have some stuff being posted in the next 24 hours probably or so, if not sharing it.
Yeah.
We are very, 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 very proud of them. And just a quick thank you to Greeny and Charlie for making that really work. Those two, I know Harris is the owner, but those two really make the front office move. And I know it sounds like I'm dogging on Harris a little bit, but I'm not. He's hired amazing people to run it a specific way. They have done a great job at this season of getting butts in seats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my whole family went last minute on a whim, but it's Cal. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I have a poster here from when he broke the Admirals all-time leading or all-time score. I have this stick now for 1,000 games. I mean, I remember
He
when
might still have one of those old edition trading cards of his around somewhere.
with the logo that's on my jersey over there.
Yeah.
Cal has been a integral part of the Predators and Admirals system since 2006, on and off.
Right, because he was drafted 5th round 2005.
And came here in 06, and I just remember always being in awe. There were times where he'd irritate me a little bit when he was younger because I'd catch him hot dogging at times. But you don't play 1,000 games without doing a lot of things the right way. And
Right.
we talk about it, but, and I know they talked about it a lot, but you just don't, not without family support, not without, he's got 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a wife. He's got a brother that plays for the Preds. Um, both O'Reillys get on the score sheet.
Yeah.
Ryan gets on the negative side too, however, for tipping one into his own net. Both brothers have played over 1,000 games. That O'Reilly family means a lot to this organization, and I think that plays a lot into it, and I think that the reason Ryan got treated the way he did in the trade deadline, not only is it because of what he means to the team, but what his brother means to us. And I think that when you look at it, Trotz remembers Cal when he first came through, and he was coach, and Trotz was here for day one to I think like 2010. I think they let him go. Like he was here for a decade.
Yeah.
So very familiar. I'm not going to get into Trotz because at least he's not the GM of the Mavericks.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's this thing where you can make bad choices. Like to me right now, the Seahawks made a horrible choice in trading Geno Smith for a 3rd-round pick, releasing Taylor Lockett, and now trading DK Metcalf, which they will do in the next week or two, I'd imagine. I just don't see where the positivity is. Like, what are you giving your fans a reason to watch?
Right.
And that's kind of the thing. Like, if you're going to be bad, at least be entertaining. I mean, the Preds this season, for lack of a better term, have still had. They've lost a lot of 1-goal games.
Yes, they have.
And that's the thing. If you're losing a lot of 1-goal games, any other night, you could have won that game. And sometimes you just feel like that's the case.
Right.
I think that's the case for our season this year for the Preds. And I think that we go into the draft, get what we need for the future, then go into the free agency. If the price is right or the player is right, take a swing. Take a swing. Take a swing or two. But don't give them the trade protection you gave the last ones. Learn. Go, look, I'll give you 2 years. I want to see if this works. If it don't, we'll let you go. We'll get a deal worked out. Just something simple. Like, if, like, say Tavares.
Mm-hmm.
Older player, center, good, has playoff experience, that kind of stuff.
Right.
I think that those kinds of things, when you look at what the Preds could use, I think that a John Tavares, I know he's older,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, like a Michael Misa, John Pagan, or Hagen, sorry, Hagen, not Pagan. We're not talking about that. Mm. Not this close to Easter. But no, I think you all get it that when we look at it, you look at it as the Preds need a center that's going to play that top line. O'Reilly's a great second line center for the Preds. You can put him out there with Stamkos anyway, because Forsberg can play the left side, and you can put him out there on the second line left side. You could open yourself up for a right wing to a left wing to move to the right side.
Right.
You could also pretty much put in like you're gonna have guys gunning for position that are in Milwaukee. I'm really excited to see what Ozzy does in his future.
Yeah.
Ozzy is a great pest. He is definitely one of those guys where I love to play. I love you're on my team. I hope to never have to play against you. It's the same thing with LaRue. It's the same thing with Olivier. It's the same thing with Marino. We've got a bunch of those guys in the system. That's why we were able to move a Jankowski or, because Jankowski's kind of a pest.
Yeah.
So lots to look forward to. Thank you all for watching. This has been from Milwaukee to Nashville. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we will see y'all Friday. Yeah, a whole week.